Hey everybody, Asher here with Stellaris 1.2, where we're going to be starting a new game on insane difficulty. Part of the reason that I'm doing a new game is because my last save, which I do have quite a long series on, was made in pre-release and things have changed quite a bit. In fact, 1.2, I don't want to say it's completely broken the save, but it's kind of taken the bite out of really wanting to do that anymore, whereas there's a lot of new features that have been implemented, so we're going to do that. I'm also playing with two mods installed at this time. One is Civilian Traders, and we'll see how that goes, and the other one is Beautiful Battles, which supposedly 1.2 changed some battle mix, but I think it's still going to work out with that. Now, we do have a lot of these other people here, like we do have the Ashen Collective, that can potentially appear, but what we're going to do here is actually do a random race. So this is going to be another random insane run. Now I do have lots of galaxy size options. I'm going to go with 800 stars. I tend to like spiral 2 arms because 4 arms tends to get you really isolated. Elliptical means everybody's at you really closely. In rings, sometimes you just go curse splat, especially if you get caught between some fallen empires. And while yes, it's true, 1.2 does allow you to pass through places unless they shut you off. I have some bad luck with neighbors for that. That still doesn't leave you a lot of places to expand. So we do have AI empires. We're going to stick to kind of the basic amount here. And we're going to crank the difficulty up to insane. So we're doing a random start on insane difficulty. I have no idea how this is going to go. So let's go ahead and hit the play button and get started. Alright, we are the Eurexo conglomerate. We are a plutocratic oligarchy. We are xenophile spiritualist, which is really interesting to a point because some of the xenophile stuff is actually a little bit busted in terms of bugs here, but we also have diplomatic influence cost -75, which is very important. So spiritualist as well, maybe we can make things work. We have an Arctic preference, nomadic, so we like to migrate a lot, and natural engineer, so engineering output is all there. So we are a plutocratic oligarchy. New election every 40 to 50 years. This is the government type that gives you energy credits, minerals, mining stations. So just pretty much a regular oligarchy, not something like a science conglomerate or anything. So before we unpause, we can look here. So we can change government type for a little bit more, and we have explore and deep connections. We're actually getting some bonus monthly influence. Note that our influence gain is +4 right now. But here's our system. We are at Eurexo Prime. So very, very exciting start here. And where are we in the galaxy? We're a wormhole type, and we're kind of on the side here. Very interesting, 2 spiral arms. Not as much merging here as maybe you've seen in the past. So we'll see if our isolated start helps us or hurts us. We do have a system that we can go to potentially over here. When I've done some test games, I've had some very unfriendly neighbors, but I'm hoping that maybe we can get a quick frontier outpost up. Like I said, I have done some test games on 1.2, and while you can move around different people's territory, that doesn't mean they have to. If you get xenophobic purifiers or anything like that, which is usually my luck to start next to, they shut their borders on you right away and they don't care. And because we're on insane difficulty, they will want to kill us. So we are starting this one ship. We are going to do our usual start here of system survey. We'll keep our construction ship available. Let's see what research we have available. Deflectors is decent to start. Solar panels decent to start. I'm going to go with power plant too, though. Let's see our naval capacity. One thing that I really like, if it's available, is to get influence cost here. However, on some of my test games, I actually got capped on influence when I gunned too early for it. You do need to use influence in 1.2 now to actually colonize things as well. So we're going to go ahead and hit for the colony ship early. I think a fast expand plan is going to be what we have to do here. And of all of these, the only one that's useful to us right now is ion thruster. So we're going to go from there. Let's go ahead and unpause. We're going to speed the game up a little bit. And we need to go ahead and hire another scientist. If I can just hit the right tab here. There's hotkeys for all these. Now, this is these costs are all the same here. And we do have someone that actually will do pretty good here for anomaly research, so you are a fine fit. But since we are a wormhole race, we can just go ahead and fly across different areas. We do have a few stars in our system, but typically we need to unpause it first. But typically there's going to be a few kind of clustered near our start, but it doesn't mean that other people won't immediately claim that. So here we are. We actually do have a colonizable place with 16 here, so this is an Arctic world. That's good. And they have changed the system maps or colonized, or discovery of alien life. There we go. We're not alone out here. And this is actually this system. So there we go. Very good start here. I'm going to be going... We've gone through a lot of these menus and things the first time around. Simple life forms, a buzz with alien organisms. These little evolutionary marbles kindle the Eurexo, or Euruxo. I don't know how to pronounce that. This is the great part about being random. I don't know how to pronounce my own race, but they're very excited. Let's see what this planet looks like. We can colonize it for 30 influence because it's already in our system borders. This is a very plain Jane map, but that's okay. Alright. So we got you guys here. Let's see if we got another place nearby that we can actually survey or colonize. But this is good that at least we'll be able to get some stuff here. And do we actually not have any other resources in our home system? That is so awful. So awful. Which means we're going to need to go ahead and upgrade some stuff on the home system, as it were. First off, what we need to do is to get a few Corvettes out there. Now on the surface, we need to get some minerals going. And we only need to do a little bit here. We're going to be able to upgrade a lot of these before too long. And I think food... we're going to be okay for now. But yeah, that really stinks that our construction ship just doesn't have a lot to do yet. I mean, there's a lot of energy available here, so let's go ahead and... looks like we got a 3 for down here. And it looks like this doesn't have anything that's colonizable, so let's just... we're going to try and stick close to our home system first. Now, I didn't even look to see what kind of weapons we have available to us. We have lasers. Lasers are my preferred method of attacking things, so nothing too awful here. And we have an ocean world and actually a tomb world. Fascinating. Is there anybody on our tomb world? I guess we won't know just yet. But nitrogen, rocky world with a nitrogen oxygen atmosphere, experiencing a nuclear winter with dense layers, minimal signs of life. So if we could uplift a race here, maybe eventually, wow, it's a really good system too, but if we can uplift a race here, doesn't look like there's anybody on the surface though. Alright. Because it's really nice when you can get like a tomb world species that you can use to colonize pretty much anything. Alright, so let's see our construction ships down here. Go ahead and get our energy going. It's always very good. And it looks like we have another colonizable... whoa, we have 2 colonizable planets. Alright, so we definitely need a frontier outpost before long. This one's not too big, 9. This one's 20, so that's probably going to be our first priority for colonization. But how far away are we from actually getting colonizing here? It's hard to say. Well, we can look at our research here. So we're about halfway there. So far we haven't run into any other AI yet. So that's good. Let's go ahead and put a mining station on this place.
System survey complete.
Alright. Very important that we get this system surveyed too. So, border range is another early tech here. We could just go ahead and plop a frontier outpost out here. That may actually not be a terrible idea. At least until we can colonize there and there. Whoa, 55% failure risk. No, thank you. And at least right now we're not bumping into other aliens. In fact, we're actually located in a nebula from the looks of it. So the Gammas Veil. Very good. That means that we have a nice defensible position in some way, shape, or form. But we have actually a lot of good places to colonize. That is a very nice start. We're a little bit isolated, but not too isolated. The way this game always does its starts is that there are clustered starts. So there is an AI that's going to be near us. And looks like we don't have too much else. How much does it cost to build a frontier outpost? I don't think we have the money yet. I think we're almost there. Okay, Delta aliens. Let's see here. And enigmatic spacefarers. So who are these? Those are nothing that we need to concern ourselves with just yet. So let's go ahead and plop a frontier outpost right here. This at least gives us some opportunities to expand our borders without having the AI just plucking in and taking them. And I'm going to do a quick pause just to save a dog. Alright, pardon the slight skip there. In recording I forgot to pause one thing, do another, but here we go. We have a lot of good
System
stuff
survey
here.
complete.
Like, I got a lot of good research that's available. A lot of little things that we can do in systems, which is all very good. So you are constructing here. So this should blob us out enough to get this as well. You can colonize outside of your little border range. That hasn't changed. That hasn't changed at all.
Survey complete.
Alright. But all we're going to do is keep trying to look and see if there's anybody else that's out here nearby, or if we get this little cluster of stars to ourselves.
Research complete.
Which if we do, great. Done research. Mining Network 2 is good. Revealing resources is also good. But I'm going to do that one. Alright, and let's go ahead. Blue laser, you know what? All of these I want. So let's go ahead and do sensors here. I mean, they're all good. Blue lasers, typically I try and get the moment they come up. Just because if you don't, they have a tendency to disappear later. Alright, so let's go and go to the spaceport. We don't have colony ships available yet. Gonna build a few corvettes. We probably need to build one more farm on the surface here in just a moment. And we're gonna need some more energy before too long. Especially if we're going to be building a colony ship. So let's go ahead and get this out of the way. There's our first frontier outpost. Hooray! Look at all these extra planets that are ours.
Anomaly found.
I'm going to go ahead and skip that for now.
System survey complete.
Alright, now there's a lot of places we can go to actually like get stuff here. Like those 3 resources will be good once we actually get this colony up. So we don't need to do that. Let's go ahead and get a mining station up.
Construction complete.
And we got colony ships available. Good. Visitor Center. Learn that we are not alone in space. So this will do alien migration attraction, leader lifespan. It's a planetary unique.
System
I'm not too
survey
huge on it though.
complete.
Let's just do lifespan. I'm not going to be building some stuff that could potentially be a waste of time for at least a little while. Alright, so everybody's just surveying back and forth. Let's go ahead and save up for a colony ship.
Situation log
And we have Epsilon aliens. Interesting.
evading hostile fleet.
And it's a hostile fleet. Alright, so this is one of our first systems. Once you get outside of your little home group of systems, things are not always very pretty. So there is probably as good of a place as any for a wormhole station is over here. So let's go ahead and do that. I just want us to be able to keep exploring. Right now it looks like this place doesn't have very much for us. But at least we know that can kind of be a stepping stone. Alright. So like I said, I do have civilian trade as a modifier. Or as a mod, not modifier. It's not really coming into play just yet, but I do need to go ahead. Like, there's a bunch of resources here. And some of these are just really, really good. But I want to be able to make sure that I can keep exploring. Because that is so important. Alright, so second wormhole station. And then do I go ahead and just wait for the... I don't think I do quite yet. I think I need to keep building some of these things just to start tapping into our resources a little bit. We're going to build another colony ship pretty soon. Let's go ahead and get our money up just a little bit. We're going to have somebody that's unemployed pretty soon. We have a little bit of food.
System survey complete.
Alright, these are good that we can all upgrade these. Upgrade costs a little more minerals. But yeah, we're pretty close to getting our colonization in order. We're not exactly running away with money or anything, though. So good. Lots of little places we can go. We will have 4 systems in line. It's too bad we don't have systems with multiple colonizable worlds right next to us. Let's see. Let's go ahead and save up for the colony ship. I think that's probably going to be for the best. I'd like to get 1 colony ship in this episode. However, I am going to put... I say that and then I want to put a wormhole station down here too.
Construction complete.
Just to give us more places to go. Even though I'm shocked that we have not hit any other AI just yet. I don't mind an isolated start. We don't have that many places. We don't have a lot that's worth trading, and it certainly beats having a mean AI trying to squish me like a bug. So that's all right. So what do we got here? We want you to repop up here. Do we want this yet? I think we wait. Yeah, we're just going to go ahead and save up. Let this number climb just a little bit. If we look right here at the flotilla, we could probably go ahead and get a leader. I will go ahead and research toxic and lifeless world once inhabited by a moderately advanced civilization. Seems good. Let's go ahead and recruit an admiral. We have one with evasion, one with lifespan, one with gale speed. We're going to go with gale speed every time. Crustacean station, is that? Oh, Sizzlin. I thought that was Stalin for a second. Not quite. Alright, there's no evidence that the current climate is the cause of the runaway greenhouse effect triggered by massive amounts of pollution. The ocean, or there is evidence, the oceans have been boiled away and the planet is currently encased in a dense cloud of layer due to thick atmosphere and scattered ruins of the indigenous civilization can be found on the surface, suggesting an overpopulated culture that perished in the mid to late stage of the industrial age. What a waste. Not at all commentary on what could happen to Earth in the future. So we do have you guys ready to go. We do have a colony ship that we're going to be building very shortly. Now, another thing about 1.2 is that they've supposedly fixed some aspects of ethics divergence, but at the same time, other parts are not so fixed. So we're going to have some research up and ready in just a second, and we really do need to start getting on some of these technologies, or technology places before too long. Alright. Survey here. Build a colony ship. There we go. Assist research, power hub, solar panel network. We'll do solar panel network. And of all these, we'll do the mineral processing plant, I guess. None of these are that exciting, but we'll get our mineral cap up. We have to do that at some point. So now that we have you going,
survey complete.
okay, that's gonna be fulfilled by. We'll leave that for now. That's gonna be fulfilled by colonizing a planet. We got a place here with 4 energy. I'm trying to cherry pick my places that have the most resources by far. And if we go over here, this upgrade shouldn't take very long. Just gotta go through the end of the month.
Research complete.
We actually have upgrades for all the mineral places too. So let's see here. 60 for this power plant. Energy is usually what starves you out first. Science is going to be important before too long. Alright, let's see here. There we go. Propaganda broadcast. Border range is actually really good too, but I want the influence first. We're not really competing with other people or other civilizations for a land grab, so I'm not going to concern myself too much with it. Wow, all of our science ships have finished with their missions. Let's explore down here a little bit. And construction ship for you. Like I said, I'm just amazed that that star has no other resources.
Construction complete.
Okay, let's build some mining station. Let's make sure that one of these is not where we're going to be colonizing. It is! So we only need to do that. We're going to go ahead and throw a colony ship. Encounter at Rathador. We've encountered Lambda aliens who are hostile to us.
Evading hostile fleet.
Connection. Oh, birth of space piracy. The trade must flow. The outlaws call themselves the Dark Riders, and where are they? They are not there. Well, I'd love to see where they are, but let's go ahead and get our colony ship. What was I saying before? We want to go ahead and colonize this place for the cost of 30 influence. Wow, those are some crappy tiles to actually settle on. You want to try and settle on places with food if at all possible. Just because you're going to guarantee that tile gets worked, I guess we settle here. And we could rename any of these planets. If you have a request for a planet name, put it in the comments, yada yada yada. Alright, where are these space pirates and zombies? Lambda aliens, all these aliens. Not really doing a lot for me right here. Now, if there is one thing that has changed with this mod a little bit, is that we have edicts that are still here. But my understanding is that the policies... No, the policies are still here. There's something that's changed in terms of the planet trade mod, or the civilian trade mod that I listed. Do we actually have one? Did I just see one? Oh, I thought that was across one world. I thought there were people already immigrating to us. So you don't even know we exist. Let's unpause here. Okay, there we go. And where are you, colony ship? You can just park that right there.
Station under attack.
Okay, so habitable world survey, we'll go ahead and do that. We're going to go ahead and slow down the speed here just because what we have right now is supposedly the mix of the 1.2 mod and the beautiful combat mod, which, as it turns out, is a mixture of two things. First off, the developers changed it to where weapons have double the range pretty much across the board. What the mod is trying to do here is to keep things from looking like an angry swarm of bees just fighting everything here. So everybody's poking each other with lasers. The names of the enemy ships are always pretty hilarious. Dark Riders, Raiders shows over, Blind Spot, and Taxman. They're all gonna die, right? Like, we're not taking damage at all, hardly. That's the difference between having an admiral and not having an admiral.
Situation log.
Alright, so we win. Yay! Combat screen. And colonize. We don't have to pay the 30 influence until we get there. As you can see, we already have a lot of influence that we're spending. So, go ahead and heal you guys up and we'll send you to the next mission. We have another construction ship down here. I could potentially just wait for another colony ship. I mean, this one... This is not like a big world, big priority at all, although its tile here is pretty good. And it's mineral rich, and there's a lot of mineral places on it. So that's all good. I think I will wait for another colony ship. In fact, the nice thing is that we'll be able to remove that. Let's go ahead and do that anomaly too. So what are we doing here? Okay, you're building your thing. So we'll just take it back up to ludicrous speed. And we've been fully repaired, which means we can start to go down here. First colony, a great day for the conglomerate.
Complete.
And the diviners and the names of being the thing we are to keep a respectful distance.
Project complete. Situation log updated. Special project.
Those scans have revealed the cause of odd metal composition. The moon is a crash site of dozens of massive spaceships. Larger than anything we could have imagined. Their construction dates back several million years. Where's this? So good. That's actually really good.
Situation log updated.
So this is a partially colonizable, another ship graveyard. That is a what kind of planet? Tundra? Okay. We can make that work. That's currently outside of our sphere of influence, though. Still good to know. So let's send you guys over here. Construction ship. Like, we want to get a few things available. Interesting that the 3 minerals just disappeared off the planet. I thought they stayed there somewhere, but good thing we didn't waste a mining station on it, right? Alright, so there's our border increase. We have hostile fleets.
System survey complete.
Let's go ahead and fight. Before we get into that fight, let's go ahead and survey other systems. Like here and here. So let's see, you guys are going to go all around and hopefully not get killed, right? The void lightning is definitely going to suck a little bit. But we need our guy to get experience, and unfortunately our laser weapons are not super effective versus this thing. So, civilian trade. Oh, after successful establishment of the first Eurexo colony, an intrepid and some would say foolhardy group of entrepreneurs have set out on their first trade run to the outer colonies. This is a monumental day. Forever set the tone of future civilizations. Keep your fees paid and taxes on time. There'll be no problem. Oh, that's fun.
Anomaly found.
Alright, so research, nothing wrong there. We do have...
Situation.
Oh wow, you actually lived. You barely lived, but you lived. Let's repair you. Send a science ship over here for sure. So yeah, pretty good. There's a little bit of rubber banding with the mod, but it's not bad. Oh, very... Wow. Okay. I think we definitely want to put a frontier outpost over here, but we want to build another colony ship first. The more actual little homeworlds we can get by with, the better. So let's go ahead and do that. We are going to want to get some research going, so I like this opportunity. If I could just get to it. Unfortunately, that one actually costs 90, so... It's the mining bases that cost
System
something different.
survey complete.
But this is good. If we can get a frontier outpost out here. If I try and colonize this place right now, let's see how much it actually costs to colonize it. It should tell us just by clicking 130 instead of 30. And that cost goes up, I think, on a logarithmic scale as you continue to
System survey complete.
venture out. So we can't go that way. We can go up here, though. And we have our first colony established. Oh, shit. Okay, they either changed how that worked, or they didn't. That's hard to say. I don't like losing 2 minerals that was on this planet. I'm going to have to be very wary of where I do this now, because it was originally, you go on there, it's 2 minerals, now it's getting superseded. Mistakes were made. Oh well. We'll just live with it. Construction ship down here. Definitely want to go ahead and move over this way.
Debris analyzed. Research complete.
So what else do we got? More
Construction complete.
more scanning over here. We should have some new research available in a little bit. Still very, very surprised that we have not run into any other AI yet. But we do have some friendly fleets now. And these are civilian trade fleets. And we can't make any sense of them, but supposedly...
Research complete.
And they're using wormholes too, so that's fun. Alright. Cloud lightning is available. Deflectors are probably good. Fusion reactors definitely good. And engineering down here, you don't have any special bonuses to anything. So we'll probably just go ahead and do nanocomposite. Alright, so we definitely want to get this going. So it'll give us some more borders, which is pretty nice. We have another colony ship available. I guess technically we could colonize that Arctic world, but I don't really want to. Alright. This is... Ugh, this is probably the planet I want to colonize next, but like I said, my goal here is to be able to delete this frontier outpost. I know that sneeze just made one of my dogs very unhappy. But since we ran into issues before, I don't even want to call them bugs. That doesn't feel right, but we're going to go ahead and colonize right here. Plop them straight in the middle. That way we don't have to worry about killing tiles. We got some good places up here too. This is overall a very good, if slightly surprisingly lonely start. Maybe someone got a clustered start on the other side of the asteroid. We do have... Oh, there we go. The Z aliens. And I have a feeling you all are actually... Yeah, this is actually a ship. I want to go ahead and investigate them. And that should probably be all we need to do for this episode, because I want to know what my neighbors are doing. Kind of closer, farther away, but this is where getting the frontier outpost is going to be really nice. Because they're already scanning and we are already building. So we claimed it first, right? Alright, let's see if there's any other stars that we can find right away. Usually not too many. We have unemployment. I figured it was coming to that. We're actually starting to get to the point where we need to do a few more things here. We need to go ahead and upgrade some of the stuff on our planets a little bit. We could do mineral processing plants. I kind of preferred just to do that on blank tiles. So mining networks are good. We want to clear that. You probably need physics research as much as anything. So hopefully that unemployment will fix itself pretty soon. And we want a power plant up here. I wonder if energy is still going to be our limiting resource. Alright. So do we have a bead on the Z aliens? We're about to.
Special project complete.
Alright, successfully translating the language. Ooh, they are close by. Established communications with the Galactic Photician Confederacy. Excellent! Hello, goat people. Greetings from the galactic people. We're erudite explorers in a direct democracy. And love is friendship set to music. And news that we've encountered intelligent alien life for the first time is spreading like wildfire. They love it, and just like us, they appear to be going through space pretty well. Interesting. So, by colonizing this area here, we are going to establish some border friction. And they are superior to us, wary of us. New contact, xenophile, spiritualist fools. So, we have some options here. We can't do a defensive pact with them yet, because they're wary of us. We can't do a non-aggression pact because we're a lot less powerful to them. We can offer a trade deal. I kind of like to do this early here, where we just do an instant transfer. Let's just kind of send them a hello gift. 400 seems fine. So, oh wow, they actually are going to be really good trade partners as well, because they have a 90% block already. So, for much deliberation, we decided to accept your trade proposal. Yes, we gave you money. I hope that's alright. So we have this space down here, and I think we're pretty much at time for an episode. So we have a few colonies that are popping up, a few colonies that are building. We have other space that we definitely want to set up. In fact, I am going to go ahead just while I can and put a place over here. We'll go ahead and do this research as well. There's always a lot of things to do, but it seems so far we have a little neck of the woods that is mostly going to belong to us. So we have Pi aliens as well. That looks like it's another civilization. It is. So that's good. We're starting to kind of get to know our borders a little bit. So we have some influence available for establishing more frontier outposts to grab some of these resources. Hopefully there's another colonizable planet down here, but even this is good to start with. But that's it for now. This is Asher with Stellaris 1.2 on insane difficulty. We've just made our first contact with neighbors, and they don't immediately want to kill us, so that's a positive. But that's it for now. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. Feel free to leave your thoughts in the comments. Like I said, if you have naming requests like ship, planet, etc., feel free to let me know. But hope you enjoyed it. Feel free to tell me in the comments how you're doing with Stellaris this post-update, and I will see you next time.